Hey folks, Coach Patrick here, Endurance Nation. Welcome to another coach video / podcast update. It is September 2015 and it is hard to believe that I still think heat is one of the most important factors that you should be thinking about in your training and racing experience. Looking over the past year worth of races, starting early in the year with Texas, carrying all the way through Coeur d'Alene, Placid, Whistler, Tremblant, all the way running through the gamut, there's been one common theme, and that has been heat. And if you look at how global trends are working, I don't care what side of the political spectrum you fall on, it's getting hotter. And you as athletes know that. There's just no bias. You're out there training and you can see the data. And one of the most important things when we talk about data and dealing with the heat that I want you to keep in mind is your heart rate. Now inside Endurance Nation, we talk a great deal about using pace and training with pace. And pace is a tool that's very objective. And the reason why we use pace is because it captures for me the amount of work that your muscles are doing. If you are running down a flat stretch of road at 640 pace, your body's doing a certain workload. If you run down that same stretch of road at 840 pace, it's doing a significantly lower portion of work, and I get that. Now, looking at heart rate is not necessarily a measure of the work you're doing, but rather the workload that your body is experiencing. Okay, it's almost like a temperature, like a system temperature of how hard that work is for you. And the reason why that becomes important when it's hot, humid, steamy, and so on outside is that it really does a good job of capturing how hard your workout is. So let's just say Timmy, right? Timmy runs a 10-mile run in May. Before the heat comes, life is good. Timmy runs 10 miles. He runs them at 8-minute miles. Life is good. There's a good steady pace for him, and his heart rate is 140. Then Timmy goes out and runs those same 10 miles in August. And instead of running his sort of steady, easy pace on those miles, all of a sudden he's running 1 minute per mile slower. He's running 9-minute miles, not 8-minute miles. And instead of saying 140 on the dial, he's saying 155. Is Timmy slower? Is Timmy going backwards after 3-4 months of additional training? No. Timmy is struggling to deal with the heat, and it is being expressed in that higher heart rate. Okay? And so when the temperature gets hot, and for you, that means anything above 78 degrees, where the humidity is close to that number as well. So 78 and above, temperature-wise, or in the 70s, and the humidity is 75, say, and above. When the temperature and the humidity get up there, all of a sudden you have this unique intersection where your body really struggles to perform. There's a reason why Hawaii is the World Championships, and it's predominantly because of the heat. If you line up elevation versus elevation, it doesn't look that challenging. But when you're out there racing, it truly is because of the heat and the humidity and that oppressive experience that you get at sea level from all that atmospheric pressure on your body. And many of you are experiencing this now in your training and racing wherever you are. And you're not even expecting Hawaii. You're just saying, hey, I want to go do this race, and you're just getting slammed. So do yourself a favor and take a look at that heart rate number that you've been running and be okay with running at a similar level of heart rate. Remember, your body counts stress from a training session as, in my world, as an expression of the total sum of minutes with that average heart rate. So if you run 100 minutes and you average 140 beats, that's 140 times 100 is your number, okay, 14,000 beats. On a really, really hot day, if you're averaging 160 beats for that same run, you're going to put in an extra 2,000 beats of work across that same session. And that is a significantly additional effort on your system. That is something that can really set you back. So as you enter those hot months and hot races, please step back, take a look at your heart rate, make sure you're keeping that consistent across your sessions, and that you're able to hit a steady number. It's okay if the paces drop down a little bit as the temperature goes up, because so too will your race performances. And it's not so much about setting a personal best when the conditions get that hard, but rather doing your best possible job relative to the competition. For all you know, you could run 30 minutes slower than you did last year and still move up 50 to 100 placings in your overall standings because everyone else blew up. Keeping your heart rate in a steady place means you can fuel well, you can pace well, you stay in control of your faculties, you can have an overall not only quality training week and training block, but also a phenomenal race. Best of luck to you and your racing and training. Those of you looking for more information, check us out online at endurancenation.us. We are the world's largest and fastest online triathlon team, 2-time Ironman Tri Club World Champions, well on our way to our 3rd repeat performance. Thanks again for checking us out. I'll see you guys online or at the races.